Hello again, fellow BeachBum traders. Thank you for joining us for part 2 of our weekly trading game plan for the trading week of January 20th through January 24th. We're in part 2 of our weekly trading game plan. We'll be selecting our top swing trading stocks to watch, stocks in our bullpen, stocks in our shopping list. We'll also talk about how we can use dividend payers and several option strategies to generate income while we wait for our swing trading stocks to set up. So let's get started. So here's our Google document with our notes for part 2 of our weekly trading game plan for the trading week of January 20th through January 24th. We keep our notes in publicly accessible Google documents. Our notes documents contain links to bonus videos, to the tools and resources we use to trade our top swing trading stocks to watch, etc. If you have not already seen part 1 of our weekly trading game plan for this trading week, titled How to Make Money Trading Trump 2.0. We would highly recommend you also view part 1, as that contains our market analysis, trading strategies, trade ideas for this trading week. We keep all of our weekly trading game plan notes documents in a publicly accessible Google Drive folder, so you can refer back to the notes for part 1, as well as previous weekly trading game plan notes documents. You can also find a direct link to this Google Drive folder in the description box below. Welcome Fairchild, Katon, thank you for joining us. Sydney Osborne, thank you all for joining us today. Hope you're doing well. So firstly, we'll go over a quick trade updates for this week, and we can look at the charts for these trades in Webull. Firstly, we got stopped out of our latest long position in BDRY. BDRY is an ETF on dry bulk shipping. We'd entered in on the January 7th at $5.65. We got stopped out on the 13th at $6 for a nice profit with an ROI of about 6.2%, which equates to a monthly ROI of about 31%. On the price appreciation on that scalp trade on BDRY, congratulations to all of our fellow BeachBum traders who also profited on this scalp or swing trade on BDRY. And as you'll see, we're watching BDRY for another opportunity to scalp or swing trade BDRY again. Also, we bought back the April 25 covered calls that we had sold. We sold them at the 250 strike price for 45 cents on December 30th, and we bought them back on the 13th for 5 cents, so we got a net profit per contract of $40, and generating our own kind of self-generated dividend on our position on LODE Comstock Inc. And again, we'll rinse and repeat that as well. Also, we got assigned early on the cash secured puts we had sold against Sirius XM. We sold them at the 23 strike price, the January 17th expiration for $245 back on December 19th. We got assigned early on the 16th, so our net cost basis on that position in Sirius is $20.55, and as of Friday, that position was in a net profit. So we'll look at scalping or swinging that profit on Sirius XM. So actually, that was a good profitable cash secured put sell. And then as you'll see, we'll rinse and repeat that as well. You can hear our thesis on Sirius XM via the several links to the videos, our previous discussions on Sirius XM in the links in the notes. Welcome to Ricky Khan. Thank you for joining us. Hope you're doing well. Although I don't recommend anyone blindly follow us into or out of trades, if it would help you make money trading, help you succeed in your trading career, to hear when we enter or exit a trade. You can get real-time notifications when we enter or exit a trade by joining our Patreon. We also have several channels in our Patreon and our Discord available to our Patreons with additional types of real-time trade alerts. You can hear how you can best use our trade alerts to help you make money trading, help you succeed in your trading career via the link to the bonus video in the notes. So just very quickly, we also have these channels in our Discord. So the first is the Thinkorswim TOS alerts channel. So I also set up price alerts in Thinkorswim. When those get triggered, they get automatically posted to the Thinkorswim alerts channel in our Discord. So you can see when Tate hit its 52-week low, SLP hit its 52-week low, etc. If I follow that TOS price alert up with a trade, then I'll reply in the TOS alerts channel with our entry or exit from the trade. It's a trade not directly related to a Thinkorswim price alert. We'll post that in the trade alerts channel so you can see when we got assigned on our cash secured puts on SiriusXM, when we bought back our covered calls we had sold on LODE, etc. And I'll post those in the trade alerts channel. We also have a real-time alerts channel with real-time alerts generated by our automated systems when stocks are moving up, breaking out, etc. Near our price targets, near a support level. You can hear how you can use those real-time alerts to also help you make money trading. Again, it's beneficial also for short-term traders, scalpers, day traders, momentum traders, etc. And you can also get access to these real-time alerts by joining our Patreon. So you can see, also shows the sector rotations, changes in sentiment. So we see the shorts in the S&P moving up. So that means the S&P is moving down. See SLP moving up, etc. So again, we can also see changes in sentiment, sector rotations, reversals in the market. So again, another resource for shorter term traders to help you make money trading in our real-time alerts channel. So we hope that all helps. Yes, I have Teladoc on my list to look at if we have time today, Ketan. Okay, so if we look at those charts very quickly in Webull, here's our BDRY trade. So again, we'd previously made money on this previous swing up, got a nice profit on BDRY there. We got stopped out when it came back down. Now again, we're looking for another entry point. So if it comes back down to the support level, we'll look at another entry point in BDRY. Again, congratulations to our BeachBum traders who caught this previous swing up for a profit. Again, LODE is a position we've had for a very long time. We sell covered calls against it when it's trending up, buy them back when it's coming back down. It had several days of plus double-digit increases. So we sold those covered calls and then bought them back when it declined again. SiriusXM, again, we had sold calls at 23. The net profit on those is 20.55. So we see it's already in profit. In fact, I have a stop set at 21.77 right now to capture that profit from our net cost basis on those cash secured puts that we had sold on Siri. Siri continues to trend back up. Again, I'll manually trail that stop, collect even more profit, and then again, we'll rinse and repeat. Okay, let me grab a quick drink and we'll look at our top swing trading stocks to watch for this week. Thank you for your positive feedback, Ketan. Yeah, we like to use multiple strategies, as you'll see, to make money trading any way that we can. So thank you again for the positive feedback. So here's our top swing trading stocks to watch for this week. We'll quickly go over our updates to our top swing trading stocks to watch. We can also look at them in our watch list Google sheet and also in Webull. So firstly, one that we've added to our top swing trading stocks to watch for this week is APLY. APLY is the monthly dividend paying yield max on Apple. So we saw it pop up in our shopping list. Also, our Dividend Payers Google Sheet is having an attractive risk reward profile after it went ex-dividend on the 16th. So you see it paid a dividend of about 28 cents on the 16th, came down to near its 52-week low. APLY, as we'll see in our Dividend Payers Google Sheet, is one of the few yield maxes that has a positive total return. So on a further dip in Apple happened to decline also on that day. So APLY got attractive. You can hear our previous analysis on APLY as well as several of the other yield max ETFs via the links to the videos in our notes. Again, Apple's significantly above its 52-week low, but if we get a good dip in Apple, that would be the trigger for entering APLY and then capturing those monthly dividends as APLY or as Apple swings back up. Again, we put BDRY back in our watch list after getting stopped out. You see it came back down, back near that support level. So we'll look at swinging BDRY again. You can hear our previous discussion, Thesis on BDRY, why we're looking at it right now via the bonus link to the video in the notes. Took TMF off of our watch list. Again, we've been long TMF for a long time. We added to our position on December 19th so that we can sell covered calls against that position. Yesterday, we saw Treasury bonds. Looks like they bottomed and bounced back up, although we might get a further dip in the near future. The long-term trend on TLTs on Treasury bond prices should be up. So you can hear various ETFs to trade U.S. Treasuries via the link to the video in our notes. And congratulations again to any of our BeachBum traders that caught that bounce in the Treasury prices. Took ULTY off of our watch list. Again, we're already long ULTY. Its last ex-dividend date was 1/8. So once that becomes in profit, we'll probably scalp that one off. It does not have a positive total return, so not one that I would look at holding, but we'll just scalp it off for hopefully a profit. You can hear our previous discussion and thesis on ULTY via the links to the bonus videos in the notes. We also took YCL. YCL is a leverage long on the yen. Took that off of the watch list as we saw yesterday. Again, the yen already bounced up. So again, congratulations to any of our BeachBum traders that caught that bottom bounce in the yen. Again, just a reminder, the BOJ interest rate decision is the 24th. We expect an interest rate hike, and that may cause a further unravel of that yen carry trade. So if you're already long of the yen, long YCL, should get a pop off that interest rate decision. If not, might be further upside there, but we're not going to chase it any further at this time. Again, you can hear our discussion on various foreign currency ETFs via the link to the video in the notes. Again, now we can watch all of our top swing trading stocks to watch, as well as our bullpen and shopping list stocks in our watch list Google Sheet. And you can get 24/7 access to our watch list Google Sheet by joining our Patreon. It gets automatically regenerated at the end of each day. If I do happen to add or make any changes after the generation of our watch list Google Sheet, and I post those in the Stocks Watch List Updates channel of our Discord, which our Patreon members also have access to. So you can see when I added APLY to our watch list after market on the 16th. Again, that was the dip. Want to make sure our Patreon members, our BeachBum traders, were aware of that addition to our top swing trading stocks to watch list. Also, if I add anything to the bullpen, etc., after the fact, I'll post those in the stock watch list updates channel in our Discord. So So again, in our watch list Google sheet, in addition to seeing our top swing trading stocks to watch, you can see price targets, support resistance, buy it, sell it levels, risk reward profiles, easy access to their FinBiz profile, dividend information, optionality information, also PE and average true range. So again, quick and easy way to watch our top swing trading stocks to watch in our watch list Google sheet. And again, you can get 24/7 access to that by joining our Patreon. Also have a whole series of videos on how to use our watch list Google sheet to watch our top swing trading stocks to watch, how to use the PE and ATR, how to use our buy at and sell at price targets, etc. So if we look at those, our top swing trading stocks to watch in Webull, here's APLY. So again, you see that dip on the ex-dividend date on the 16th. So it bottomed, it did bounce back up a little bit. Again, I'd want to use the Apple dip in Apple to find a good entry point. The Webull chart's a little bit different from the FinBiz chart. I think the 52-week low, again, you can quickly access the FinBiz charts via the link in the FinBiz URL column in our watch list Google sheet. Again, we see that dip on the ex-dividend date. 52-week low is 1602, although again, that's not the 52-week low on Apple. So again, we got a little bit of a dip on Apple as well. So if we get a further dip on Apple, that should drive APLY down even further, might get an even more attractive price. You can see it does cycle back up, so, and pays a decent monthly dividend. Previous was 42, 39. This month was only 28. BDRY, again, we looked at that. It had popped up, coming back down. Again, we could take that previous low as possible support level, scalp that off again. Okay, let me grab another quick drink and we'll look at our bullpen stocks for this week. Just a quick reminder, if you're not already using Webull, you can still get up to 40 free fractional shares of stock by opening and funding your account with as little as $2,000. Each fractional share worth $3,000 to $3,000. Under $2,000, you get 20 free fractional shares of stock. Also, they offer further promotions from time to time, bonus interest on your uninvested cash, etc. If you'd use our affiliate link in the description box below, you can get all your free fractional shares of stock, take advantage of any of their other current promotions, and also help support our BeachBum trading community, which we greatly appreciate. Welcome, RT. Thank you for joining us. So here's our list of bullpen stocks for this week. If you're new to our community, the concept of bullpen stocks are ones that may not have the setup to warrant inclusion in our top swing trading stocks to watch right now, but I've identified they may in the near future, so we put them in the bullpen. If their setup improves, then we put them in the game, move them up to our top swing trading stocks to watch list. If they break down or run away, then we just take them out of our bullpen, and we can revisit them in the future. So firstly, I'm taking AMDY out of our bullpen. We're already long AMDY. AMDY is the yield max on AMD. It did bounce back up finally, and maybe AMD has finally bottomed. So we've collected a couple of dividends on AMDY. Last ex-dividend was the 8th, and once that position becomes profitable, we'll probably scalp that off. But if AMD continues to swing up, then we can just trail that with a stop, keep collecting monthly dividends while we wait for AMD to swing back up. Again, you can hear our discussion on AMDY via the link to the video in our notes. Still watching MED in our bullpen, Medifast. You can hear our previous thesis and quick due diligence on Medifast via the link to the video in the notes. Again, this is an obesity-related stock, and it really didn't get much of a bounce from their GLP-1 news. So again, possible upside swing, but it just hasn't reacted so far. METC, again, yesterday we talked about this theme, Trump 2.0 on coal, on coking coal. You can hear our previous discussions on why we like METC as a coking coal play, Trump 2.0 play, also rare earth elements. Also, coking coal is the type of coal used in steel. So if we see more tariffs on foreign steel, more local domestic production of steel, that should be a positive catalyst also for METC. We added pizza, PZZA, Papa John's to our bullpen. This was a double bottom in FinViz. We recently did some quick due diligence on Papa John's, and you can hear our thesis on why we like Papa John's. Again, for a swing back up recovery play. I'm still not clear as to what caused the steep decline they've recently experienced. But again, we think that may turn into a nice swing play, just waiting for it to find some support at bottom and then swing back up. Taking SLP off of our bullpen, it's already bounced back up. So you can hear our previous thesis on SLP, Simulations Plus. It's pretty volatile, so it drops and bounces. So I'm going to take it back off for now. We are looking at opportunities to sell puts against it. But again, the puts on SLP are also pretty illiquid, hard to get to sell. Still got Tatron components in our bullpen. Traded Tatron profitably in the past. You can hear our previous due diligence videos on Tatron in the videos and the links below. Again, Tatron's pretty low float, choppy stock as well. It's also not optionable. Again, we can also watch our bullpen stocks in our watch list Google sheet, and it has additional information. So we can see Tatron's not optionable. And you can see all our bullpen stocks, price targets, risk reward profiles, ex-dividend earnings information, etc., PEs and ATRs. So we can also watch our bullpen stocks in the bullpen sheet in our watch list Google sheet. We quickly look at the charts for our bullpen stocks in Webull. So here's MED, again, Medifast, we've been watching for a while. Again, it's just been pretty flat. Hasn't really moved a lot. Again, didn't get a lot of pop out of their GLP-1 news. Didn't get a lot of a pop on the typical January resolution, weight loss resolution pop in those types of stocks. So it's still pretty flat. Again, possible nice swing back up if it does get a pop on any of those trends. METC, again, coking coal, rare earths did bounce up a little bit. So it's sitting right at that pivot point. We'll see if we get a little bit of a dip back down in METC and can pick that up. I like that for long-term trends following domestic rare earth, domestic steel, Trump 2.0 trend in coal. Again, Papa John's, pizza, So again, been downtrending for quite a while. Did get a little bit of a bounce, although it's somewhat of a doji there, still up above its support level. So just waiting for it to find a bottom, find a level of support, and then again, a lot of potential upside in Papa John's. In Tatron, pretty low float, very choppy, somewhat illiquid, so a little difficult to trade. It's also not optionable. So I'm a little bit, for myself, I'm a little bit more hesitant to take a long on the low float, small cap again, like Tatron. Okay, if we have time, we might come back and do some due diligence on some of our honorable mention stocks. If you saw, I took RES off. RES was a oil company we did some recent due diligence on that did pop back up. So again, congratulations if anyone in our BeachBum trading community profited from that trade idea on RES. Concept of shopping list stocks. We always recommend that you have your shopping list ready for stocks that you want to buy on irrational reactions to earnings, irrational reactions to economic data, etc., dips in the market. Again, just a quick reminder, none of our content should be considered financial advice. We're not financial advisors. All of our content should be considered for education and entertainment purposes only. But again, since we've still got higher for longer interest rates, the probability of further cuts has declined, pushed out later in 2025. Money losing stocks, zombie stocks with high debt, are going to be under further pressure for an extended period of time. So we recommend you stay away from zombie stocks, zombie companies, zombie ETFs. And if you're concerned about how long a given money losing stock, be it a biotech or any other money losing stock, is going to have how many quarters of cash flow positive they're going to have. You can use our biotech due diligence Google Sheet to calculate their quarters cash flow positive. If they're at risk of insolvency, bankruptcy, doing an offering, a reverse split, etc., all of those you can use our biotech due diligence Google Sheet to calculate their quarters cash flow positive and minimize that risk on any money losing stock. You can also see our shopping list stocks in the shop list tab of our watch list Google Sheet. So you can see where APLY popped up as green, showing a positive risk reward profile. So that caused me to go look at APLY. Got others, so the Mag 7s, Amazon, Meta, etc., Microsoft. Also some REITs like Land, LTC, Stag. The only yield maxes I have in there is APLY, TSLY, got uranium we watch. Again, we're watching wheat for another bottom. Wheat did bounce back up a little bit, but if it does come back down, we'll long wheat using the WEAT ETF. We watch oil with USLI, etc. Some dividend payers, JEPI, JEPQ, etc. So you could see our list of some shopping list stocks. Also got MSB for steel, MP for rare earth materials. Okay, let me grab a quick drink and we'll look at dividend payers. So if there's anyone in the chat who has a particular dividend payer you'd like to take a look at, I'll try to take a look at the chat and see if there's any in particular you want to look at. Okay, I'll try to look at a couple of those, the AIA and QQQM. I think we have those in our dividend payers Google Sheet, but we'll check. So just a quick reminder, in addition to our swing trading stocks, we also can use dividend payers, generate income while we wait for our swing trading stocks to set up. And we use our dividend payers Google Sheet to create our schedule of dividend payers with whatever income schedule, risk reward profile, composition, etc. that we would like. And you can do likewise by using our dividend payers Google Sheet, which you can get 24/7 access to by joining our Patreon. I don't have any changes, so we'll just look at those that the chat would like to see. So let me do a find for AIA. I think that's in our ad sheet. I thought I did that one before. We'll see. I guess not. Might be in the ETFs Google Sheet. QQQQY. So we did do previous research on QQQY. So you can see the risk reward, total return. So the total return on that's pretty negative. Does have potential price appreciation. Right now it's at 30. So risk reward. So a little better reward than risk. See, it's got a nominal yield of about 40 cents. So again, you can see QQQY is also another NASDAQ related dividend payer, so you can compare those. Total return on that one is just 0. And we have the yield maxes at the top of our dividend payers ad sheet. So you can see APOY actually is showing it there, is showing a total return of 0. But it gets automatically updated on our main sheet. So you can see there the total return is almost 13%. So again, it's got the current dividend information. See where the bottom was 1602, etc. So the main sheet of our dividend payers gets automatically updated at the end of each day. The ad sheet does not. I have to manually update some of the data in the ad sheet, but you can see from history, the only yield maxes with a positive total return, AMZY, MSTY, and BDY. So that's MicroStrategy, NVIDIA, Amazon, and again, if we update Apple, that does have a positive total return. ULTY does not. So let me look at the AIA very quickly, see if that's a dividend payer we want to add from Katon. I know we've looked at this. It's probably in their ETFs Google Sheet. So it does pay a 2.74% dividend. So I can put that in the dividend payers Google Sheet as well. We see currently it's pretty high. Again, we did this analysis for the support, etc. As an ETF. And it looks like it pays a nominal yield of 2.74. It's got a positive performance, so I would expect the total return from this year would be positive. And I'll plug in that data later for AIA, and then you all can we can look at it again next week, or you can see it in our ad sheet of our dividend payers. Try to keep an eye on the chat if there's any other dividend payers you want to take a look at. And I've been looking, this is a one on gold. Again, now we can easily see if they've got positive total return. It does not, has negative total return. Hershey's pretty close to its 52-week low. It's got a slightly positive total return. I like iGold, but gold's pretty high right now. Talked about MJ, cannabis, again, negative total return. Some of these, again, closed debt-related, closed-end funds have all come down. So if you're looking for those, we've got several opportunities, OPP, PSF, PDI. We talked about Pfizer. Again, you can see pizza, again, pretty negative total return, but it does pay a small dividend, so about 5% yield. So in addition to profit appreciation, we can collect that 5% dividend. STM's popped up a little bit. And TLTs and their dividends, but again, their total return hasn't been very good. And their ULTY total returns negative. So again, I'll try to keep an eye on the chat if anyone else has any other dividend payers you want to take a look at, or if we have time, we can fill in more of the information on at AIA. Also, please let me know if you want me to leave the calculations columns for total return, and if there's any other conditional formatting that would be helpful. I've been thinking about changing the green highlighting in the first column to also include something related to the total return. Right now, it's based on being within 10% of the support level and also having a reward greater than risk. So if you have some ideas of how we should factor the total return into the green or red highlighting in the symbol column, I would greatly appreciate that feedback. Again, we've got a whole series of videos on how you can use our Dividend Payers Google Sheet to find the best dividend paying stocks, and you can access that series of videos via the link in the notes. Let me grab a drink and we'll go over option strategies. See, RT's asking about SCHD, and we've done several discussions on SCHD as a dividend payer, but just very quickly. Let's see where I have it. It's in the ad sheet. So you can see the risk reward profile for SCHD, and it shows a total return of 0. I guess I don't have all the data filled in for SCHD. So again, maybe another one we'll take a look at. I'll put those on our list to take a look at next week, AIA and ACHD. Okay. Okay, so in addition to dividend payers, we also use several option strategies to generate income while we're waiting for our swing trading stocks to watch. We sell covered calls on our stocks when they're going up, buy them back when they're coming down, and we use our covered calls Google Sheet to do what-if analysis on various covered call strategies. And you can also use our covered calls Google Sheet to do what-if analysis on your covered call strategies by joining our Patreon. Also got a whole series of videos of how to use our covered calls Google Sheet to do what-if analysis on your covered call strategy. So you saw where we sold and bought back covered calls on LODE. Also using that to do further analysis. I just rolled over all of our covered calls for February after the January options expiration. So I'm now doing analysis on our covered call opportunities for February. We also sell and buy back cash secured puts. We saw on Sirius XM, we'd sold cash secured put. It got assigned. So you see, we then use the wheel strategy. We can either sell covered calls against that position, or again, put a stop in to collect profit on that position. Again, my retirement accounts won't let me do both, unfortunately. I wish they had a one canceled other order structure so I could also either sell covered calls or have a stop all at the same time. But again, retirement accounts won't allow me to do that right now. I don't know why. We use our puts ROIC Google Sheet to identify opportunities to sell and then buy back puts. And again, you can use our puts ROIC Google Sheet to identify opportunities to make money trading puts, be it short-term, long-term, etc. And you can get 24/7 access to our puts ROIC Google Sheet by joining our Patreon. So some updates to our puts ROIC Google Sheet for this week. And I rolled all the January expirations to February. So now we can do analysis on puts for February. Also updated Sirius. Again, we had sold puts at 23. It broke down below that. So I've lowered the put on Sirius and extended it out to February down to 20. So again, if we scalp Sirius XM, those assigned shares off for a profit, and we'll look at rinsing and repeating, selling puts potentially at 20 again. Also, I lowered the price target on Moderna, mRNA, from 35 to 30, and Moderna has declined. You can hear a previous thesis on selling puts on Moderna via the link to the video in the notes. I did hear they got a grant for a vaccine on bird flu, so that may be a positive catalyst for Moderna if you're interested in puts or shares on Moderna. And we've got a whole series of videos on how you can use our puts ROIC Google Sheet to trade options, titled Option Strategies for Beginners with Examples. We've got a whole playlist of videos on how you can make money trading options, which you can access via the link in our notes or in our BeachBum Trading YouTube channel. So just to very quickly look at potential puts in our main watch list sheet, I do have a sell out on AEHR at a $10 strike at a 250. It was declining. As you can see, almost everything bounced back up on Friday. And also the VIX declined back down to 16. So the premiums aren't very attractive right now. But if we do get a further decline in AEHR, could look at selling puts at 10 or buying shares. Still got my put sell out on Intel at 20. I thought it was potentially going to hit. I got it set at 250, but it didn't. And then Intel bounced up on some potential takeover news on Friday. And that's all I have in my main sheet. In the research sheet, I added a sell again on Celsius at 25. You can see right now it's not a great ROIC, but if I sell it at around 3 or so, I get about a 8.5% return. So I've got to sell out again on Celsius at 25. Here I'm watching this one on end phase. Again, we had recently sold and bought back puts profitably on end phase. See, it's currently at about a 4%. If it makes it above that, I'm watching that to see once that reaches above 4%. Then again, I might be interested in selling puts against end phase again. And again, we'll buy back, just scalp those puts profitably, generate some income. MED, we had actually sold those puts at 15. You can see it's hovering above that. We'll buy them back cheaper if we can. NEP, I don't think those were sold for January. I don't know if we're going to get assigned those. We might. Our cost basis on that would be 1630. So it would currently be profitable if we do get assigned. Again, it hadn't resolved as of yesterday, so I don't know if we're going to get assigned or if those are going to expire worthless, in which case I'll just collect the 120 premium that we sold those for, and then we'll rinse and repeat, looking at NEP at a 16 strike. That went out on Shutterstock, although Shutterstock did a rebound somewhat. So I've got one at 210 on Shutterstock, be about a 6.5%. And that's really the only attractive ones. So again, if you'd like us to do analysis on any puts, if you let us know the strike, expirations, ticker symbol, we plug them into our automated systems, collects the options information, and then at the end of each day, it'll update our options, our puts ROIC Google Sheet, and you can see the various return on capital for those put options. Okay, so firstly, I want to grab a quick drink and then we'll try to follow up. Katon Easy Mike yesterday in the live chat was asking about Teladoc. So firstly, we'll do some quick due diligence, discuss Teladoc. And then again, if we have some time, maybe we can fill in the dividend payer information for AIA and SCHD. Okay, again, we'll look at Teladoc, TDoc for Katon. So if we look at TDoc, Teladoc, and Invis, and Teladoc Health, hopefully everyone's pretty familiar with it. Zoom calls with doctors for healthcare essentially is what it is. As we'll see, they had a huge pop during the pandemic. They've been declining pretty much ever since. Did rebound recently back in August and trending somewhat upwards. At their latest earnings. Their latest earnings are a big money loser, and but they did report a little better than what was estimated, a little better revenue. And previous report, a big loss, so almost $5 loss. So big miss, but it did rebound. So they must have given positive guidance, and therefore the potential uptrend. We zoom out a little bit. Again, we see it's been in steady decline pretty much from after the pandemic. So it was way up as high as 300, middle of the pandemic, and since then it's steady decline, way down to what, 9.7, 52-week low, 676. So again, big money loser, almost $1 billion. It's almost, their loss is almost the size of their market cap. They've only got 722 left in cash, so it actually did dip below cash at some point. It is optionable. Got a pretty sizable short interest, almost 14%. Not a lot of discrepancy in shares right now. Pretty significant debt, so they've got significant long-term debt and debt to equity, so they might be under pressure with the high bond prices. They might need to refinance debt, and bond prices are high. We look at their statements. So for their net income, was severely negative, less negative last year, still quite negative. So they're losing a ton of money. EPS negative. So their net income has improved the past couple quarters. Last quarter was really bad. EPS and last quarter was very bad, still negative. I did check, and Kathy Woods still does have a percentage. You can find some information if you do a find on our homepage for Lucid. There's this site, and we've got a video on how to use this Lucid tool to see holdings in the ARK funds. We can again find this in the link section of our homepage, beachbumtrading.com. Look at this Lucid site. They put a lot more information, I guess, behind a paywall. If we do rankings and we look up TDOC, you can find, actually, I just sorted down here. So see, she does still have about 0.76% holding in Teladoc. So I thought maybe she'd completely sold out, but ARK still does have a 70.75% holding in Teladoc. So possibly more to sell unless she's going to buy it again. It is pretty cheap right now. The other thing that's very interesting is they're partnering now with Amazon and Amazon's digital health. So if you go through the news, you see several articles where they're partnering with Amazon now on their digital health. And that was something that I had noticed recently is Amazon now advertising their digital health platform and also their pharmaceutical delivery. And initially I had thought that that would be a risk to Teladoc. I would think Amazon could outperform Teladoc, but we'll see they're actually partnering with Teladoc on that digital health. In my humble opinion, I'm not sure why Amazon doesn't just buy them out, and maybe they will. You know, it's pretty close to their cash position. So I wouldn't be at all surprised to see Amazon, since they're partnering with Teladoc on that digital health, and they're starting to actually advertise that along with their pharmaceutical delivery. Again, this is all speculation, not financial advice, but I think if I were Amazon, it might be a good buyout candidate if they're using that platform anyway. So here you can see joins Amazon's digital health benefits program. So again, not one I wouldn't pursue this, and it might be worth doing a quarter's cash flow positive analysis on them, but I won't do that today in consideration of time. But I would recommend you might want to do a quarter's cash flow positive, see when they're going to run out of money, have to do an offering, and also that may be the point at which they get bought out. So again, love to hear any other opinions on Teladoc. What do you think of it? Do you think Amazon is going to buy it out, should buy it out? Do you think they're going to survive? Um, Again, I think Amazon Digital Health and their pharmaceutical delivery is going to be a main competitor for a lot of the other online health providers, also your pharmaceuticals, your CVS, your Walgreens, etc. You can call a doctor via Zoom call, be it Teladoc or Amazon Digital Health, and then have the pharmaceuticals delivered directly to your door, just like all your other Amazon purchases. I think that could be very attractive. So again, love to hear any other opinions, feedback on Teladoc. Please put them in the comments to this video or in our Discord. Again, tag us in the Discord if you'd like us to take a look at any other stocks for next week, etc. We're BeachBum trading, all lowercase, no other symbols, characters, etc. Anyone else is an imposter, please ignore and report them. Glad that you like that theory. We'll see if it pans out. Katan, again, love to hear what else you're looking at in Teladoc. Just looking at it for a swing back up, kind of with a tailwind from Amazon, although they didn't seem to get a big pop out of that news. Maybe that was their guidance that caused it to trend back up. Okay, so in consideration of y'all's time, I will plug in the data for AIA and SCHD into our Dividend Payers Google Sheet, and then we can revisit those results next week. Again, if anyone else has any other stocks you would like us to do research on for next week, or in the meantime, please put those in the comments to our videos or in our Discord. Also, we'd love to hear your feedback on what we can do to improve our weekly trading game plans, any of our videos, our tools, our Google Sheets, our community, etc. Please let us know what we can do to continue to add more value for all of our BeachBum traders. We hope that you like this content. We'd greatly appreciate it if you'd smash the like button. Hopefully help us try to get the Google algorithm to show us some love and someday share our content with more traders, continue to build our BeachBum trading community. Greatly appreciate your help if you directly share our content, repost it on your social media sites, etc. Help us continue to grow our BeachBum trading community for the mutual benefit of all of our BeachBum traders. So again, just a quick reminder, markets are closed tomorrow for Martin Luther King Jr. Day. So we'll see you all on the trade floor on Tuesday, and we hope to see you all back next weekend for our next weekly trading game plan. 10 a.m. on Saturdays for part 1, 10 a.m. on Sundays for part 2, and good luck and have a great trading week.